Just want to say it's a pleasure being here. This would be my third keynote address that I've ever done. And normally I never write anything down because I got a rule that if I write it down, probably 100% of the time I'm going to screw it up. But if I don't, it's 50-50 that I won't. And you can win like that. So anyway. What we're going to talk about is really my passion and love for tobacco and rum and things like that. And then at the end, you will have, I don't know, they say 30 minutes, but I'm a black man and we kind of do it like we want to at times, so that could probably go over. But I want to start off, and as we go down this journey for about 30 minutes and then Q&A for 30, I want to start off by introducing some people that's near and dear to my heart, that's been there for me, and they're sitting up here. I'm going to start off over here with a good friend of mine, Gene Kilroy, been friends forever. My wife, Kay Malone. My daughter, Katie Malone. Friend and business partners with me, Miss Kelly Basham, and Mr. Tim Basham, right there. And I'm probably going to start off as being an infomercial guy and tell you that we're in booth number 4095, 4095. So come over later. My daughter will be launching her CBD line, which is amazing. And of course, I won't have her to model for us right now, but her products that she's launching, you can see a beautiful face. And next question. Please keep the basketball question 0. Because it's well documented, good, bad, ugly, so I'm not here for that. So we're going to have a rule today that we're going to be respectful to each other. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Remember the question that you asked me, I'm going to give you that answer just like that. So if you're rude about it, I might be rude too. I doubt it, but you know what I'm talking about. So as we start off to our conversation here, I just want to say to people that, we always, as business owners, entrepreneurs, and things like that, we always say it's about us. And we're the bosses. We make things happen. We make the decisions. Well, today I'm going to allow you to take a walk through my mind. So what we're going to discuss today is my beliefs, my feelings, what I think. Don't make me right, but I'm right in my mind. So I just want everybody to realize that we're all equal. We all share a passion, and we share a passion of life and how we treat people. So I say that because as we've been on this journey for years, you meet CEOs and CFOs and managers and all of that. And it's always struck me that we forget about the little people in our company. Okay, we forget about the janitors. We forget about the people working in the factory, the people in the fields, because we feel we're entitled. We own companies. Well, newsflash to everyone in here, without your foot soldiers, we're nothing. So you can be multi-millionaire, billionaires, whatever that number is, it's all irrelevant to me. But the fact of the matter is, if we don't have our foot soldiers that's going out there every day, time away from their family, getting doors slammed in their face over and over, and the reason I can say that is because you're not alone. People have done that to us. But what's neat about it is when you empower your people to make decisions for you for the good of the company. As we was putting up our booth last night, you walk around and talk to people, and it would always amaze me that it's something to be said when the owner of the company roll their sleeves up and get their hands dirty too, all right? It's hard for you to expect your soldiers to go into battle for you when they don't feel like, number one, you got their best interests at heart. Number two, do he know what he's talking about or she's talking about? And one time, they want to see you right there with them. The great generals always right there with their soldiers, all right? Yeah, we know how important they are, but when you block that out of your mind, you become one. And when you become one as your company, you can do anything you want to. Remember, whether you're Karl Malone or whoever, you will get doors shut in your face. You stay persistent. But as owners, we have a layer back from it. Our soldiers out there every day, they're working it for you. They're working it for you. Empower them to act like this is their company. That's our duties. If you want to be successful at whatever you do, numbers to me is relevant. You add zeros, you take them away. But when you see someone is doing it the right way, you don't know who the boss is, because everybody got the same goal. And everybody in here, their goal is to make money. When I say make money, our goal is to make honest money, respectful, do it the right way. So my mindset in the cigar industry, and of course the rum industry, is it's a lot of people out there don't know why you do it. Well, when you do it with a passion, it just comes out. But I've always been amazed at really Laura Roar and our journey with them, and everybody in here knows Mr. Guillermo. And to be able to walk with him, sometime right there with him, and take a step back and see how he treats his employee. See the respect. When you earn the respect of your soldiers, half the battle is won, because they'll do anything for you. When they don't respect you, they're not going to do it for you. That's human nature. Praise when you need to praise, okay? Get on their behinds when you need to, right? But don't get to the point in life that they can't make suggestions to you, all right? We all get like that sometimes. But the fact of the matter is, in the cigar world, first of all, I would like to say thanks for you guys to embrace us into the cigar world. Laura Roar have been an amazing company. So if I sound like I love them, I really do. And I'm passionate about them. They are passionate. They're amazing, amazing company, the way they handle things, and it's truly feel like a family. So I'm going to allow you now to walk through my mind with me, because everybody sometimes say, I wonder what he's thinking. When I leave here today, I don't think you'll worry about what I'm thinking, but I'm a very pretty much open book, being a professional athlete at times, but that was then. For everybody in here that didn't know, this March will be 17 years since I retired. So basketball has been amazing for me and my family, but it's not my life. It was a great avenue. I was passionate about the competition. I respected the game, but the competition to compete is what I love doing. So the thing about it is, it's always amazing, because this ride that we're on, we can't do it alone. We can't do it by ourselves. I couldn't be the man I am without my family and my friends. I don't do business with anybody that not nice. I'm just being honest with you. If you're not a nice person, I'm cordially respect you, but we don't do business. We're honest, and I've been blessed and fortunate enough to be involved in 3 separate businesses, and I think everybody's going to know where I'm going with this. We're in the car business, we're in the cigar business, now we're in the alcohol business. Spirits. What do all 3 of those have in common? People look at all 3 of those as we're shysters. Let's just call it what it is, okay? That's how they look at it. Well, reputation precedes you. That's been the history. So when you become passionate about something, you believe in trying to change that culture. And you change that culture how you act and how you are. If you earn $100 the right way, that's your $100. But But if you earn $100 and 25 is in question, that's on you. Honesty in the business world. It's something to be said about being personable. Meaning, we all should take a look at ourselves and say, can I just pick up the telephone and call that person, or do I email them? We're losing the personal touches, you know. Everything is good in moderations, but that's what we depend on now, and we depend on more, and we depend on more and better. Do you want quality or quantity? Okay, when you have quality, you have substance. And when you have substance, things tend to work out. But if it's just about the dollar to you, at all cost, when I say all cost, that means you sell your friends out, you sell other companies out, you backstab other companies. Okay, well, that's on you. That is what I'm talking about, that we can make a difference in this business. First of all, thank you guys for allowing us again into this. I'm not going to ever tell you it's my mission, but it's my passion to change the culture on what people think about us, because it's going to affect all of us. All right? Have some integrity. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. All right? Now, you'll see me as I talk, if the shoe fit word, and you have an opportunity in a little while to ask me questions as well. But what I always like to feel and believe is when you're trying to do things a certain way, a lot of people are not going to like that. They think you this, they think you that. Ask yourself this: are you happy with the job? You happy with the company you are with right now? Or just, I'm looking for the next? You ever seen these old and young coaches? They got a great job, but they're always looking for another job. Okay, another job. Well, flip that back to your companies now. Are you truly happy with your company and what you are? Who are you with? If you're not, please do something different, because you're just bullshitting the system now. All right? If you want to be somewhere else, be somewhere else. If you want to, but I will tell you this: starting your own company is not easy. It's hard. All right? If you're going to do it the right way and you're going to compete the right way, that's what life's about. But if you do it separate and different, that's your reputation. I always say, when we're born, every one of us become the star of our movie. All right, when we're born. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be the wealthiest person in the world. That's your story. That's your movie. All right? So your movie is, I'm the star of my movie. You're the star of your movie. Your best friend could be your co-star. People that wrong you, they could be the villain. All right? But remember this: it takes all of that to create your story. As we walk down on this earth here, every one of us is walking and living our story. Every one of us. It don't matter who you are. So when it's our time, whenever that is, what's your story? What people going to say about you? Okay? Are people mourning because you're no longer here? Or are they mourning because they're glad to see you gone? How you treat people. If you treat people better than you want to be treated, you won't fall short. But if you don't, then you have a problem, and that's on you. So I know we talk about cigars, and I don't do rah-rah speeches. I'm not much for reading and all of that. But I'm very observant, and I watch stuff. So my life is my story, and I tell you my journey on who I am. But it's something to be said on how you treat the little people. I know I go back to that all the time. So let me give you a scenario. In my family, I always cringe when I go into these, because I relate it to something got to do with outdoors, some type of animal, or something like that. So we're the CEO of this unbelievable company, and we treat our top tier people like royalty. But as we go down this journey, we get down to the custodian of your company, and who knows how big it is. But we don't even acknowledge the custodian. We walk past them every single day. Been working with you for 30 years. They're not important in our mind until we've ate some refried beans and we go to the toilet and there's no paper. Okay? Who become the most important person in your company? Think about that, okay? If it was me, and you've treated me like a jackass for 20 years, and I know your routine now. I know every day about 9:50, you've done this routine for 20 years, and I know you're in a hurry, right? Me, just me now. If you've done that to me for 20 years, every other bathroom going to have some toilet paper, except yours. It's because of the way I treated you. If I've treated you with respect and dignity and pride, you're going to make sure I'm taken care of. But better than that, you're going to make sure that the whole company is taken care of. So we think that's the lowest person on the totem pole. They immediately become the most responsible person and important person on the totem pole. Now, what are you saying about that person now? You're calling them all kinds of names and everything, right? For that particular day, right? What's in their mind? What's in their mind for the last 20 years? When they're all in, you become successful. When you treat people bad or wrong, it will come back to see you. All right? It's always amazed me when I gather in something like this, which I love to come in here, how everybody was just worker bees and everybody here, everybody working the angles and stuff like that. How many, let's just be honest here. How many people really going to call you back? You know, they got all their business cards and all of that. How many people going to call you back? Really? Quality, not quantity. Be real. Be real. We got a long list of bullshitters in our profession, all of them. Athletes, business people, politicians. They at another level, by the way, but hey. But the fact of the matter is, when you decide that you're going to treat people better than you want to be treated, you'll never fall short. That's what the message is to me today, is for us all to do better. We all can do better. If you love somebody, tell them you love them. All right? What do handshakes mean? Really, what do handshakes really mean? Huh? Deal. Right? Anybody else? What do handshakes mean?
Your word.
Boom. We're going to stop right there. If you can't shake a person's hand, and that's a deal, before you shake the hand now, understand the deal. If you got to make your little notes, make them. If this deal is not ready, do not shake on it. All of these contracts now, dang, how about make them simple? Newsflash. If you're doing business with somebody and you have to do 4, 5, 3 pages, 2 pages contract deal, why? Why? I respect attorneys, and I know we probably have some in here. Really and truly, they've seen this contract before, right? Make it simple. But every single time you change something, they're back in it, right? But the fact of the matter is, when you shake hands with somebody on something, where I'm from, that's a deal. That's the gospel. That's a deal. How many of you are here right now just because? So 75% of you guys in the room right now saying, what the hell? Oh, come on, get this old man off stage. 20% more of you guys saying, please hurry up or light up. I will when I'm ready. And the other 5, okay. But if we left here and one person in this room thought about a little bit of what I said, and it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about everybody else, just one person, it was worth it. It was worth it because that's what it takes. So, in your mind, who are you? Who are you? What do your word mean? What kind of person are you? How many people do you affect a day that you make them a better person when you leave there by saying hi, being respectful? Who are you? Long time ago, the arrogance that we have inside of us as human beings, it comes all forward to me as a young man. Of course, as athletes, you see other athletes that you admire and you respect. And I must admit, I get a little nervous when I meet one of the people that I respect. And believe it or not, they're all older athletes, or older politicians, or people like that that did it the right way. So you get nervous. So about my second year, I was here in town visiting my friend Gene, and he know it's a person who is the most recognizable name and face athlete in the whole world. Wrong. Thank you. Muhammad Ali. I always wanted to meet him. Not really because he was the best boxer ever to live, because of what he stood for, who he was. He stood for something. He stood for making everybody better around. So here I am, this little kid that's starting to be pretty decent at basketball. Gene didn't tell me that we had a meeting with him because he knew I would have said no, because I feel like every second I take away from him, I'm taking away from people that really deserve to meet him and stuff like that. So Gene didn't tell me. But I'm feeling a little arrogant and cocky about me. All right? I'm starting to play basketball. I'm kind of being the man. All right? That's who I was. So I'm standing over there, and we're standing in MGM hall there, and all of a sudden, he comes in, he's mobbed. And I'm standing over there just watching. Now keep in mind, I'm the shit. Just keep that in mind. So I'm nervous. I'm ready to meet one of my heroes. Like, we're gonna what? We're gonna have lunch? What? So I'm over there, and he walks in, and people mobbed him. They just mobbed him. And I'm over there just watching in awe and all of that. I'm seeing all the people, and I'm like thinking, and all of a sudden, just like somebody just slapped me in the face. And it said, whatever that spirit is, and whatever your spirit is, who knows? It said to me, as you think you're all that, here's the most recognizable man in the world. He's making every person here feel like they're the only person in the room. And it was 200 or 300 people. It was about an hour and 45 minutes later when he left that lobby. Not gloating, that's how long it was. And what came to my mind right then, and do I have my bad days? Yes, I do. But what came to my mind was, here I am, a little snotty-nosed kid from Louisiana that just made my first little all-star game. I think I'm the shit. with the air and a little arrogance about me. And if that man right there, which I haven't done anything, can be like he is, I know I can. And that day, I started to think about that. Well, put that into your company. Is it about you? I will challenge any owner in here, manager, general managers. You take 10 minutes out of your day and make it about someone else and not you. They know who you are already, newsflash. Right? The amazing thing that I've always seen about leaders, they have this ability that people want to follow them. The true leaders don't have to say, I'm taking you with me when I get a promotion. The true leaders got to beat people off saying, I'm following you. And they will follow you anywhere because they trust, respect you. And it's the way you treat them. So as I watched Mr. Guillermo walk through that factory, when everybody tugging at him and everybody, you see it in their eyes. You see admiration in their eyes. You see how hard they work for him. Well, that is why they have the best company in the world, in my opinion, is the way they treat people. And as they started off, and years, they had people that was doing other things. Well, Mr. Guillermo made it his mission to start bridging those gaps. And everybody know one of them was Marlboro. He literally worked that. And it's amazing now to see it. Me and my family, we want to aspire to be like that. We are in the uplifting business, by the way. If you tell your customer something, damn it, do it. If you don't tell them, still do it. You're in the people business. Unfortunately, we cannot have a bad day. Yes, we get pissed off that they carrying that person line and not that person line. We do get pissed off. What do you do to drive them to that? Stop saying it's somebody else's fault. Aren't you tired of that? Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was them. It was them. At some point in time, you got to own it. You got to say, I was wrong. Now, when you admit that, you have an opportunity to fix that. All of us going to be wrong. All of us going to have bad days. All of us going to have something that happened to us. But now, guess what? Our mind, our brain, each individual is the most expensive real estate in the world. Your mind is the most expensive real estate in the world. When you start allowing people to occupy your mind with their bullshit, they're taking up valuable real estate in your brain. I call it smoke and mirrors. You're worrying about putting out this fire over here when they're doing what they want to do over there. Don't allow that to come into your mind. Don't procrastinate. Look at here. Do the damn deal or don't do it. With us, everyone don't want to carry our rum. Everyone don't want to carry our cigars. Just tell us. We're good with that. Don't string people on. Why the hell do it take you a whole week to make a deal? You done talked about it. You done golfed on it. You done ate whatever you done ate. Drink whatever you want. But do the deal or don't do it. All right? Realize who your partner in it when you do the deal. Every partner is not a good partner, y'all. All right? But the fact of the matter is, when you start allowing people to occupy your brain, you're lost. Don't let people steal your ideas. I bet you it have happened to everybody in here. Someone steal your ideas, next thing you know you look up, whatever. That's life. Who are you? Do you do that? Are you that kind of person? Our mind is like this. We hold grudges. We do. We get pissed, right? Are you one of these people that you walk around this show right now and know they see you walking down this aisle, they go down the other aisle? That's on you. That's who you are as a person. And we are who we are. When we meet our companion, our mate, which mine is right here, Kay, we have babies. If we're able to, well, they're going to take our DNA. So if you treated people like shit all of your life, you've been disrespectful all of your life, guess what? That's what's going to happen. If you try to do it the right way and you admit you're wrong and you make a mistake, which all of us are, that's what you teach. That's what you pass on. I always have these conversations with my family and my kids about legacies. About legacy. And I said to them, when it's my time, shame on me if one of my kids get up in front of somebody and say, hey, it's our job to keep my dad's legacy alive. Shame on me. That means I did a shitty job while I was here. It's not their responsibility to carry on my legacy. It's my duty and my job while I'm here. So when I leave here, you carry on that legacy, whatever your story is. If I'm bad about it, that's your story, that's my legacy. But I would not leave that responsibility on my family to do that, because I'm living, breathing right here. That's my job. That's who I am. That's my movie. That's who I am. 4 brothers, 4 sisters, single parent from Summerfield, Louisiana. Dad committed suicide when I was 5, and I'm in the South. My mom taught me something. She had 4 boys, 4 girls. She never took public assistance. She worked her ass off. That's what I realized. I realized right then that the thing about me is my mom taught me how to be a man, how to be a person. If you say something with conviction and you mean it, you're right. All of us are entitled to our opinion. Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm from the South. With everything that happened, my mom never let us take the easy route. When it get a little tougher, put a bow in your neck and make it happen. Don't be a complainer, don't be a whiner. When you hurt, you cry. When you're happy, you laugh. That's life. That's me. That's what I was taught. My obligations as I walk this earth and I leave here is leave it a little bit better than I found it. How much work is that? Just be nice. Be dedicated, be focused. Tell a person how you feel. Don't wallow in it. When you wallow in the mud with the pigs, you're going to get shit on you. So don't wallow. Don't procrastinate. Every day you procrastinate, like my coach used to tell me, start looking behind you, somebody gaining on you. So when you procrastinate, when you make it about you, when you create a problem to go solve the problem, you send your company back. You send yourself back. Don't be me. I did this, okay? But if you're gonna be like that, when the shit hit the fan, take that too. Don't blame that off on anybody. Something to be said about people with authority or so-called power. When it's good, we all say it's us. When it's bad, we put it on someone else. That says a lot about you. It says a lot about your company. I know what some of you guys are saying right now. Hope he never come back. Well, guess what? I say this to you. I love it here. I'm passionate about what I believe in. If you do not stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So, you guys probably want to talk about basketball, and I'm sure we'll get some of that. I won't answer those. But if you want to talk to me about a journey, it's called life. We're making a movie here. We're making a movie. And I'm excited to be here, but I'm more excited about seeing what transpired the whole weekend with everybody here and what you're about. I'll be at my booth, 4095. I'll talk to you all day long, and I came here for this. I came here to say that we all can do better. We all need to do better. We're in an all-out. They are after us in our profession. Everybody know that. Are you doing everything you need to do to help everybody out? It's going to affect us all. That's the business we're in. All right? So there's people in here right now that is saying to themselves, how can I be better? That's on you. If you look in the mirror every day and you're glad with what you see and how you treat people, good. See, a bully don't know who they offend. Think about that. I got bullied when I was 5 years old, from 5 till about 8. And I was a little runner of the family. And it was a guy named Willie Davis. I don't like bullies. I don't hate anyone, but I strongly despise bullies because that's all they are. That's who they're going to be. So Willie Davis and I had our little moment because I was scared to go back crying to my mom again. So bullying is rampant. You see it everywhere. Okay? We see it all over the place. We are living in the best country in the world. That's what I believe, and that's who we are. But we also have a lot of other countries that believe in us. We embrace them as well. We're so quick to judge and be judgmental. He or she who's judging is being judged by the ultimate, and he don't judge. Think about that. So this world we live in, it takes everybody, all kind. Wouldn't it be nice to say, it don't matter? It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter your religion. I'm Baptist, my wife's Catholic. Our kid is Catholic. Okay? All right. That's awesome. Why do we judge a person's religion? I'm at the belief now, with the state of our world, I don't care what your belief is. Just believe in something. I don't care if it's a 500-year-old oak tree. It's not for me. I'm Baptist. It don't matter. Do it really matter? And that leads me to this. Let's talk for a little bit and say, let me see. Oh, racism. Interesting, huh? Are you truly, scenario here, or scenario, wherever you're from. So, I don't like the other color, but I love life. I love life. Got beautiful children, beautiful home, business great. I love life. But I'm a racist. I don't like your skin color, the way you wear your hair, your garbs, whatever. I don't like none of that. So I'm driving down the highway. I'm a bona fide racist. I'm a black man that don't like no one. But I'm driving down the road. Probably done had a snort, which don't drink and drive. I'm just bullshitting here now. I overcorrect, turn over. I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out on the side of the highway. EMTs come rushing in. They trying to stop the bleeding, they can't. Here's a person come up, different color, different skin color. They come wheeling up, they rubbernecking, EMT flag them down. They come back to me and they say, Mr. Malone, We got some good and bad news. We know what you're flying on your car or your license plate. It says to us, oh shit, we saw your card and oh, you got this blood type. My goodness gracious. Oh, but you're a racist. Some kind of way with modern technology, that's just on your driver's license now. I'm just bullshitting you, it's not on your driver's license now. But it depends on what state you're in, you probably can get it put on there. Okay. So all of a sudden he come back to you or she come back to you and she said, hey, sir, I'm sorry, we've got some good news and some bad news. And I'm laying there and I'm say, give me the good. I just need some good right now, I'm in a bad way. The good news is 100% we could save your life. I perk up a little. Oh, the bad can't be that bad, but I'm a racist. That person standing over there have your blood type. Now you're a racist, sir. But the only way to save your life, we got to put one in your arm and right out of them. That's the only way we're going to save you on the side of this road right now, sir. But you're a racist. Tick, tick, tick. What are we going to do? I'm not a racist anymore. I know y'all looking at me now and say, oh, punchline, that was it. That person there, different race, religion, color, can save my life while I'm bleeding out. Think about that. Don't really matter. It don't really matter. At the end of the day, we're all trying to get to the other side. What is the other side? I hope the fact that I haven't put myself in a bind, that I see these beautiful lights and everything, if that's the other side. We don't know the other side, but are we going to be ready for the other side? That's you. That's not me. It's not a pep talk. That's real life. That's real stuff. Are you going to do business? Oh, let's make a rule here. When you leave here today, if you really, truly is a racist, don't do any business with anybody on the other side. That's dirty money. That's dirty money. Think about it. Or you just want the money. If you're just doing it for the money, what are you doing it for? If you're just doing it for the money, do something else. Think about those things. That's life. That's real. Don't bring me my flowers when I'm dead. A lot of y'all gonna come see me if that son bitch really dead. Okay? Right? Live it. When we make mistakes, own it. I make mine every single day. But I promise you this right here, I'm not too big of a man that I won't come back to you and say I'm sorry. Do I have bad days? You damn right I do. Do I say things? I make a point if I feel that I've offended somebody or hurt someone's feeling. I didn't do it because I'm Karl Malone and I could do it. I was probably having a bad, shitty day. And I do have them. I will make it my point to come back and say I'm sorry. I'm that person. I'm not perfect at all, and my family will tell you, if you pull up social media and all that bullshit, you'll see the same thing. I make mistakes, but I try to correct my mistakes. When I wrong somebody, I tell you I'm sorry. Do I expect that from you? Only if that's what you want. That's who I am, that's how I try to live. So, in your life, in your mind, who are you? What do you want to become? What are you passing on? Never seen a hearse with a U-Haul on it. Who are you bringing along with you? It's neat to have family involved, but what about that foot soldier? What about that foot soldier? What do you do for them? What do you have for them? Your company, is it truly a partnership? The people that work for you, do they feel like they're a partner of yours? When they feel like they're a partner of yours, they're going to do more for you. They're going to represent your company like it's theirs. I met a young man last night walking here. I thought he was the owner, the way he was working and the way he took time for people. He was just a foot soldier. Then I met the owner. You couldn't tell the difference because the owner allowed him to do it. And as we were walking over here, me and Tim, I stopped and talked to him. He was still working just as hard as he was last night. And he said the same thing. He said, I feel like this is my company. They empower me to feel like it's my company. That's what you want. When you like to have one of those people instead of 9 others that don't like you, well, when people don't like you, it's genuinely sometime a reason why they don't like you. Okay? That's just the way it is. What are you doing to bridge that gap? You don't have to. It's your company. You don't have to. What about that person that have been there for you through thick and thin, no matter what? What about that person? What are you telling them? How are you showing them your appreciation? Do you say thanks? Do you say thanks? Well, guess what? Thanks only go so far. Help them out. When you know someone's struggling or need a little help in your company, why not help them out? Right? Take $100, or you're going to miss 10 of it, 20 of it. But when you become greedy, when you become greedy, it's not about anybody but you. You can have it all. You can have it all. And remember, if you made it quick, it's going to go quick. All right? People love to put you at the top to bring you back down. But when you did it the right way, I got a friend of mine in here, and I'm going to keep it clean. It's not a doubt in my mind if my friend would have played the game here in Vegas and kissed ass, told them what they wanted to hear, not tell them that's not right, he would own any casino he wanted in Vegas right now. That's not who he is. That's not who Gene Kilroy is. Because he stands for something. He never kissed ass. He did it the right way. When you do it the right way, that's just the right way. That's just the right way. Everybody want to climb that totem pole at all costs. Everybody want to get to the top at all costs. But when you get there, do you stay there? If you did it the right way, you stay there. And you stay there with some substance. You did it the honorable way, and you did it the right way. And when you do it like that, and take your haters and your doubters, let them become your motivators. And when you become successful, act like you've been there. Act like you've been there. Act like this is what you expected. You don't have to brag about it. When you know you got to that point in your company that other people talking about it and they admire you like Laura Roar and they want to be like you, that's all you have to say. That's your legacy. That's what I wanted everybody to realize. It's who you are. It's who you become. When a pack. So in the wolf world, you have the alpha male, the alpha female in the pack. Now, when they're going out on a hunt, the alpha male, alpha female, right? They can't do it by themselves. But when you have a pack, and the pack is all going in one motion, it's a beautiful thing. Look at the pack. When they're on the hunt, you don't have one 10 miles over there and another one 10 miles over there. You have them all in an area. And then it's almost like they know what the other one is thinking. That's a pack. And when you got a pack that's strong, you're the alpha pack. You run the show. But then you act like you should be there. Proud. Walk proud. Walk proud. Don't be slumping. You ever seen a jackass running in the Kentucky Derby? No. Seen thoroughbreds, and that thoroughbred is the last one. But they are running like they're the one in the lead all the time. Confident. Not arrogance, but confident. That's who we are. That's what we should be about. That's what your company is about. Once again, if you're not with the right company right now, why are you spending the boss man or the boss lady's money? Do something different. You're wasting your time. You're wasting their time. That's what we are. But the fact of the matter is, I am truly honored to be here. My message is my message. It's my beliefs. And my beliefs is not to try to impose on you. This is my story as a young man. So I just want everybody to realize that you might think it's a speech. You might think it's a motivational speech and all that. I don't do those. I just tell you what I feel and what I think, and that's who I am. So I just want to tell everybody here, we all can do better. We all have to do better. We all can make a difference. And wherever you're from, whatever little town you're from, we're from a little small town in Ruston, Louisiana, home of Legend 32. That's our cigar lounge. And yes, I can pub myself because I'm here for free, damn it. So I don't want to hear nothing else y'all got to play. Okay? But whatever little town you're from, worry about your little town. Don't worry about what they're doing in D.C. Worry about your little town. Worry about the difference you can make. How are you teaching your children? How are you teaching your grandchildren? Right? How are you teaching them? When Pawpaw or Dad make a mistake, I got to own that. But I try to live my life that my kids and grandkids don't have to put out fire for Pawpaw or Dad, or my wife have to answer questions. And now, my daughter, I'm going to throw her under the bus, my daughter Katie. We have this thing in our household, when I'm talking too long, this right here means wind it up. So I'm throwing my daughter Katie under the bus because I'm talking too much. So now I'm going to open this up for, how many minutes I got left? About 15. Oh shit, that's good. All right. So now I'm going to open this up. So I'm grateful. I'm honored to be here. This is my story, a little bit in my story. So for the next 15 minutes, we have a mic. And we're going to open it up for Q&A. And I just want to say thanks for having me out to speak to you guys and show you a little bit about me. And what I said was what I believe. And I meant what I said. So with that, we're going to turn it over now to the open mic.
Thank you very much, Karl. That was an amazing story. Thank you for sharing. So we'll open up with some questions real quick. If you just state your name and story where you're from, and then.
Hey, my name's Chris Gwaltney, and I'm from Florida. First of all, I know a lot of people compliment you on your Hall of Fame career, but you got a Hall of Fame beard game going too, so I'd be remiss if I didn't
Thanks, sir.
mention that. First question, from the first day you signed that first rookie contract, you essentially become the CEO and president of $1 million corporation, which is yourself. You got to take care of your body and your craft on the court. You got to market yourself off the court. Guys like you and Michael and today LeBron, they get that. A lot of guys don't. What kind of kept you centered and kept you able to run your business? And then how did you transition that into your businesses today?
Okay, the last part. No, the last part again. Say the last part again.
Well, how did you take your running of your corporation, yourself in the NBA, how did you transition that to the more traditional businesses that you're running today?
Okay. Well, the main thing is, it's a team. It's a team. I might be the star, but I have to have a team. And your team is who's going to do it for you. But you have to empower your team. You got to allow your team to make a mistake. Now, team members, don't make the same damn mistake over and over now. But the way we learn, we have to empower or attempt to empower our people to make decisions, because when they make, and be teachable, teach someone that Einstein, one of the smartest people in the world, he taught, right? So it's up to us to teach our people that's with us what you want and how you want it. So it's my transition from basketball to business was like enable and empower your team to make decisions. So, yes.
Any other questions?
Mark Spencer from Sandy, Utah.
Go Jazz.
Hey, go Karl Malone Toyota, baby.
All right, Dave. All right, since you said that, I'll Power Sports too, Polaris.
Okay, there you go.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, just a thought I was always impressed earlier in your other career we're not supposed to talk about, that you didn't hear about you being out in clubs, getting in trouble and all that kind of stuff. You were running businesses when you weren't on the court. What motivated you at such a young point in your career to want to start these businesses? That to me wasn't a common thing to see, you know, so.
Okay. What really empowered me, I was blessed and fortunate enough to go with an organization that was owned by the Miller Group, which still own the Jazz to this day, and I was able to be around the owner, Larry Miller, that he welcomed that and he encouraged that, and so every opportunity I got, I was around him, and I just remember him, one of the wealthiest people in Utah. He always had time for me, and he's the one got me into that. And then I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to be statistic, about athletes and what they say about athlete. But I was blessed and fortunate enough to be with an organization that the owner was just an amazing person. So I was able to learn from stuff like that. And then realizing that whether you play 20, 30 years, we all got to retire. And what you're going to do after that. So I was able to do that. Plus, I was able to learn a lot. And I just didn't want to fail. And to this day, I always say I'm not afraid to die, but I'm afraid to fail. Because when I fail, I fail so many people that I don't mind being the protectors of. And like I said, I don't mind the pressures and things like that and the responsibilities, but you get tired sometime. But the fact of the matter is, if I fail so many people, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I got into it. And then you pick up the newspaper and you see all the things about athletes and this and that, and that's one of those things that kind of drove you. And I was always intrigued with business because you get to know people and how they do business. And you can take something, the proper ways to do business, what you stand for. Some people, it don't really matter what it is. If they can make the money, that's what matters. But to me, I want to make it the fair and honest way. And being around Larry and how he was able to grow the thing. To this day, we're blessed as a family because of the things that Larry Miller taught us. And if no one know who that is, the Miller Group out of Salt Lake, they own dealership, they own the Jazz, they own theaters. So that's who the Miller Group is. And I spent 18 years there in Utah. And so that's it.
Any other questions for Karl? Gather back. Karl, I had a quick question. Speaking as an entrepreneur and a business owner, how do you deal with failure?
Excuse me?
How do you deal with failure as an entrepreneur and a successful business owner? When you fail, how do you deal with that?
Well, a lot of times, being so-called famous gets you in the doors, and you have to weed through the bullshit because, some people want to meet and take a picture and really that's about it. And then they have a perception of athletes as well. Let's keep it real. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm not the dullest either. So some people see athletes and it's easy, and I'm going to respect you and go into it. But then, like you watching me, I spend my days watching you as well. So some people think that I'm just not even paying attention. I see a lot of the little things because the little things add up to big things. So that's what I do. Yes, sir.
Karl, Jay Davis, I own a cigar shop in Dallas, and I remember meeting you last year at Pro Cigar, and I just came up to you and you walked the talk. You made time, talked to me, and then my buddy wanted to meet you, so I came up again. And I want to say I really enjoyed hearing a conversation about integrity. We don't hear that message enough. It's always about this person against that person, or how to increase margin, how to do this and that. And it's very encouraging to me. And obviously, I'm assuming someone in your family taught you that. And I just want to say thank you for preaching integrity. I think it's a message we need to hear more and more in this business.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I think we've got time for one more question. Anyone else got a question? Okay, down the front, here we come.
And by the way, I'll be giving out free cigars, barrel aged by Karl Malone as well. It's a good stick. Hi, Karl. Yes, sir. I think you're hot already, young man.
I'm on?
I think you are, sir.
Thank you for your humility. You're very grounded. I have a simple question for you. Are you a religious person? And if you are, did you instill that within your family? That's really my question, but thank you for wearing a Laker jersey your last season, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'm a Baptist. No, I do not go to church as much as I should. Me and my wife's church now consists of Joel Osteen. He gives us a message in the morning sometime, and we try to instill it in our children. But on that, one of the easiest ways to serve our Lord Jesus Christ is through our fellow men. So, do you have to go to church to do that? No, sir. But you can attempt every day to try to treat people nice. That's the easiest way to do it. So we're Baptists, and that's who we are. And so I don't go to church like I should, but I try to do the right things. And when I fall short, I know I fall short. Yes, ma'am.
I begged for one more question. Thank you, Mr. Malone. I would like to...
Mr. died 37 years ago. I'm just Karl, but go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. I would like to make a segue to your product development. I'm into the palate and how people describe flavors. So what was it that you were looking for when you were designing or developing your cigar as well as your rum?
Well, Mr. Leone them taught me patience because I was going through that. I just want a cigar. I don't care what it tastes like. I just want my label on my cigar. Okay? But as we got down there, I didn't know this process was going. I thought a little bit now that I was Karl Malone. They just going poof. But boy, was I wrong. But when I got down there after the third trip, when they said, when Mr. Leone, and you only got to know him, I would never play poker with him because he got a poker face out of this world. And when I get down there, after about the third trip down, me and my family on our dime, they started to trust and believe us. And as we start that journey, Mr. Leone said, you're not going to be one of these athletes that just put a label on it. You got to believe in it. You got to be passionate about it. And I never forget the very first time we were sitting in our first or second meeting, and I had a punch. I had a little punch. Thought I was cool. So Mr. Leone, this is his gestures. And Mr. Franks also tell you this. This is gestures. So I was honored that he gave me one of his cigars out of his pocket. Now that's big shit. I don't know if y'all know that, but that's huge. That's the Godfather. So he gave it to me. And I'm watching him because I'm still green now. I'm not telling you I know everything, so I'm still green. So we're sitting in here, and he gave me one of his cigars, and he's doing all his stuff, so I'm watching him. And I get my punch. I'm trying to do everything he did. I get my punch. So he's sitting at the head. I'm sitting right next to him. So he's doing his stuff, and I'm doing mine. So I get my punch. And he was just ready to cut his. And I get my punch, and he smacked my hand. Well, I damn near shit myself. So he smacked my hand. He said, didn't say a word. So he got a napkin, and he lit his cigar up, and he blew through a white napkin, and it was like this big when he blew through it. This teachable moment. I didn't know this. And he said, okay, punch that cigar. I punched it. He said, now blow through that. Mine was small. And he said, Karl, you're getting half of the flavor. If you're going to smoke a cigar, get the whole flavor. Well, that was a teachable moment for me. So as we start that journey, we met who I say is the best at doing it. And I know every company here, they got the best master blender. But I will say this to you. If you better than Manuel at Lower Roar, I want to smoke your cigar before I leave here. All right? So I get with him. So as I start coming down now, this is our 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th trip going down. Every time I got off the plane, Mr. Guillermo and Gustavo and them met us there, I would get a bag. I would go back, it really twists my arm, but I would go back and I would prop my feet up and act like I was somebody. And I started smoking cigars, but then I made notes. Well, Manuel, unbeknownst to me, he was mixing and matching and everything. Well, it was just numbers. So I make my little notes, so I get 10. So after that, after about 100 different blends, I was always coming back to my cigar. And that's our barrel aged by Karl Malone. And it have Ecuador wrapper and binder. And then we got 3 fillers, which is Nicaraguan, Dominican, and Peruvian. That's our blend. And it's like it's kind of a medium blend. And once you light it, it continued to give you that flavor the whole time. And our leaves, 3 months, it's in barrel aged rum barrels. And let's get that barrel aged. So it's not just a gimme. It's the whole process. I didn't welcome the journey initially, okay? The 3rd time I went, when they let me go to a field, in my little pea brain, I just wanted that one picture where I act like I knew what I was doing looking at the tobacco leaf, right? Well, we had drove by their experiments field 20 times. And then one day we just pull in up on the sidewalk after we shoot the chickens off and walk down a bridge that got washed off in a big flood. And since then, you only know how Laura do things. It's fixed. And we come up at the top of this hill, and we immediately got 20 degrees hotter. And it was just amazing. So to see the process. Laura Roar is one of the only companies, other than the disking of the fields, they use machines. Everything else is by hand. And from the little plant, they watering the plant. It was just amazing. I don't know how long we visited the hut. Let's give credit to the protectors of the field who do all of that. We're spoiled because we just walk in and get our cigar. So that's how that journey came with my cigars. And it's been totally amazing. And then my whole family, and you have to come by booth 40 and 85 to more. Our whole family designed this box. And I tell anybody with our cigars, take the wrapper off, smoke the cigar, and tell us what you think. It stands on its own, but that's our box that we created. And the reason I had the whole family to do it, because I didn't want to get back home and my family seen it and said, Dad, why you do that? So as we're in our boardroom, they designed the boxes and everything. Now, with the rum, Y Leon Jimenez rum. If anybody don't know who Laura is, which half of y'all don't, because just about half of y'all here don't carry the damn sticks in your place, which is bullshit. That's for another discussion. They was the original creator. They created El Presidente beer. So they've always been into the spirit. Mr. Leon them created their rum that is set for 3 years before they knew they had something special. They got a 97 in the Chicago Wine Institute on this, so they knew it was special. 8 years in virgin white oak barrels, 2 in French oak barrels. That will give it that look. I'm not telling you that I used to be a dark liquor drinker, because I wasn't. But the unique thing about our rum, which we are PF importers, which is Tim is part owner with us and our family. We're the sole distributor of the rum in the U.S. So we're honored that they believed us enough to let us carry push their rum and enjoy it. But what's unique about this rum, you think it's a bourbon or some type of cognac. It is very smooth. Me and my daughter have been laughing. We want to tell everybody, we want to put a crossbone on it and say, easy. The first one, take it slow. After that, you're on your own. But the thing about this rum is they have thousands of blend of tobacco. This rum go with every Laura Roar stick that they have in their factory. It pairs 100% with every cigar with Laura Roar, which goes back to more you guys in the state need to start carrying Laura Roar cigars, because if you don't, we're going to embarrass you one day, because we're doing it in Ruston, Louisiana. So that's the neat thing about this rum, is it go with every Laura Roar stick and everything. And I say this and I say it again, we have some amazing things that's coming down the pipe with Laura Roar at Pro Cigar. We're looking forward to me and Mr. Leon again. We'll be pairing a stick that they have this year, so we're excited about that. So really and truly, that's my journey with the rum and the cigar. So booth 4095 that we'll be at, and I'm not in a hurry, so if you guys want to talk about anything else after we finish, because my time is up now, I want to say once again, it's truly an honor and a pleasure to be here with everyone here. Thanks for being respectful. Make this world better than we found it. Thank you very much.